Welcome to the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. I am Peju Bamgboshe Roethlisberger.
Hi, everyone, and I'm Naomi Bamgboshe.
And this is the Bamgboshe Happy Hour Pop Edition. How are you, Ma, on this Mental Health Awareness Month? I guess this is the first day. How you doing?
Yeah. Oh, I'm wonderful, sweetie. Oh, that's so good that you mentioned May being Mental Health Month. It needs to be every month, 365 days a year, 365 and a quarter days a year. We need to grow, learn, and do all we can do to destigmatize mental health because of our attitudes toward individuals with, mental illness, mental health concerns. So many people won't seek help, even till today. There's still this whole thing about being stigmatized. Oh, so and so is crazy. So and so this, so and so that. Listen, there's hardly any of us who wouldn't benefit from counseling, from sharing our innermost thoughts and being empowered in that way. Okay, so I just want to encourage everyone, myself, my family members, my friends, everybody, please take care of your mental health. Practice good mental health habits. And, there's many sites that offer more information regarding tools to do this and maintain our good mental health. And for some of us, regain our good mental health.
Well, Ma,
Hey,
you
good on you,
mentioned
daughter. I'm so glad you mentioned it.
you mentioned mental health. Did you see the photo of Trump that he posted? I guess he had some type of artist make a picture for him, and
Oh
everyone
my
thought it
goodness.
was a picture of Tyra Banks, but it was really of Melania.
What?
Yep.
Now, wait a minute. Now, there's a big difference between Tyra and Melania. They don't
Is it?
even look like. Forget the different melanin, okay? We're not even going there, okay? Because
Right.
that's too obvious. They don't even have similar features.
Not at all.
They don't have similar features at all. But I guess he brought out, you know what? Tyra must have been in his private stock. That must be what he has at the house somewhere. And he just forgot what he was doing. You know how he is. He's suffering from, gross, monumental confusion, as they say. Okay.
You think he has
So
a
he
crush on
brought that,
Tyra?
something like that. Something like that. He had that picture down in his basement somewhere and he brought it out. Yeah. Or in his little man cave or whatever he has.
Oh
Oh, I can't
gosh.
believe it. That is hysterical.
Oh
No wonder.
God.
No wonder Melania is not showing up at any of his court appearances.
He doesn't even remember how she looks.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh. All right, I think we need to start off with the toast like we always do. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this. I just wanted to say a couple things. We wanted to do a special toast to one of my favorite agencies called Recognition Model and Talent. And
Wonderful.
yes, and at 5 years old today.
Okay.
And I really just wanted to thank the clients, the talent, the future clients, future talent, the
Okay.
opportunity, the growth. And of course, I have to thank my beautiful mom and my very sweet and supportive husband.
So wonderful. Well, thank you, daughter. And I want to say congratulations to the entire Recognition, Model, and Talent family. Long life, continued prosperity, continued health, wealth, and happiness. Salute to RMT.
Salud.
Salute. Okay.
Woo. You know, I had to take a strong one on that one, Ma. I had to.
Okay. Wonderful.
Okay. Now, let's get into the playoffs. We're not going to really, go in too deep, but we really want to talk about three people who right now are currently not in the playoffs. Steph Curry, his Warriors didn't make the playoffs. KD's Suns, well, they got swept in the first round. And
Oh, my
LeBron
goodness.
James, they did win one game, but they wound up losing the series 4-1. The Denver
Okay.
Nuggets are moving on to the second round.
Okay.
Now, Ma,
Congratulations to the Nuggets. Okay.
Now, Ma, are you going to be sad or will you miss these three, Hall of Famers who are still, Ma, I may add, top 15 players right now?
Listen, I've enjoyed them, admired them, respect them. They have been wonderful statesmen, and ambassadors for the sports world, specifically basketball, represented their teams well, their countries well, and just the entire sports world. So I admire them immensely. I will say this, they have all sorts of accolades and all sorts of money.
Mhm.
I will not miss them. Okay?
Aw.
Welcome. No,
You're not
when
going to
I
miss
say I will,
LeBron.
no, wait a minute. When I say I will not miss them, I mean I won't be sad for them.
Okay.
I will miss their presence, absolutely. In particular, I love LeBron. Okay, we're not even going there.
Okay.
Okay, I will miss their presence, but I will not be sad for them because they're wonderful and very successful and wealthy human beings. So, and they've been extremely fortunate, blessed with talent, opportunity, health, wealth, and I'm presuming happiness, as we always say.
Well, Ma, they
So,
say KD is not happy.
well, KD, KD can work on that.
They say wherever KD goes, he's just not happy.
Well, okay, let me just say this, wherever KD goes, he takes himself. Okay? Wherever you go, you bring yourself with you. Okay? And happiness is not external. Happiness is in the head and in the heart. Okay? So KD needs to work on that. Okay? Nobody can bring happiness to KD except him. And that's all about attitude. Life is 10% what you make it and 90% how you take it. Okay?
That's true.
So let KD do what he needs to do for KD.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's all I want to say. But he's had every opportunity and continues to have limitless opportunity. We presume very good health as a superior physical specimen, all of them pretty much, and gobs of money. I mean, what do you want?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I will, miss their presence, but I will not be at all sad. And everyone has a season. Everyone has a time in a season, and I will welcome and embrace the newer and younger players coming up.
Yeah.
That's all.
The new
Yeah.
generation is coming up.
Listen, I thought I would never love any basketball player as much as I did love Michael Jordan. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. But I got over that. I thought I would never even watch basketball again after he left, but I got over that. Okay. And so, I'll
Oh,
get over the rest of them too.
we'll see who'll take LeBron's place, Ma,
Mm,
in your heart coming up soon.
okay. All
Uh,
right.
I'm just gonna say I'm really going to miss them a lot. I really just, felt a strong bond with all of them. I just always enjoyed their battles, the trials and tribulations they all went through. I feel a sense of I don't know. It can't be empathy, but I just feel that KD, for some reason, he just is never happy, and I worry a little bit about him. Even though he has everything, he doesn't have a
A
family,
mate.
and
Right.
maybe
Right.
he doesn't want one. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
But there's something that's missing from him that doesn't appear to be missing from LeBron and Steph, and we would just automatically assume a family. But maybe he doesn't want
Maybe
it.
that's not the thing. Right.
I
Right.
don't know.
Well, you know what? That's for KD to figure out.
Right. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Good
Well,
luck. Good luck, guys, and future success and whatever your endeavors are.
my
Okay.
guess what? Guess what? They're going to be playing in the Olympics this
Yeah.
summer,
Yeah. I've heard the commercials.
so we'll be
Okay.
seeing them.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And
Another.
I'll be bidding them adieu. Goodbye, fellas.
They're not leaving yet. Oh gosh. Okay, Ma. So our girl Gabby Douglas, who is 28, which is still a very young woman, is attempting to make a comeback to qualify for the U.S. Olympic team in Paris this summer, guys. She finished 10th overall at the American Classic here in Katy, Texas. Well, we're not in Katy, Texas, but in Texas, Katy, Texas. But
Okay.
she had really good scores on the vault and the balance beam that qualified her to compete in all four events at the Nationals. So it looks
Okay.
like she's in the process of making a comeback. Ma, what are your thoughts on Gabby Douglas making a comeback for the Olympics and just athletes in general and comebacks? I don't know what do you think about that?
Well, good luck. I wish her well. I don't know. I mean, some are successful, some are not. For most of them, it's a very difficult. It's usually an uphill climb, and I don't know. We know in life, 28 is young, but for a gymnast, I don't think it's quite so young, and so I think it's considered geriatric for
Yeah.
for gymnasts. So good luck to Gabby Douglas. I think two things. I hope it's just something that she wants for her, just to make her feel somehow good, or maybe she wants to break some kind of record or whatever. I'm not really sure what she's doing. I just hope she isn't doing it because she hasn't found something else that she cares about. You got me?
Yeah.
So I hope that she's not going down that path. I hope she's just doing it like this is a one off. I'm going to break a record. And I hope she's found something else to do. I hope she doesn't turn into the Venus Williams, just keep coming and coming and coming until it's pointless.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I hope we don't go down that road. I don't think you can go down that road with gymnastics. Not as much as you can with tennis.
Right.
So, but I hope that isn't the mindset. Like I don't care if I perform terribly. I'm still going to come back as long as I can. They'll accept me. I
Right.
hope she doesn't go down that path. I don't think that's good. I
Venus
think
hasn't
that
retired yet officially, right?
I don't even know. But she retired mentally and physically a long time ago. She just hasn't done it verbally.
She did look nice at the premiere of the Challengers. I saw her and she had a little
And
cute
and
outfit.
that's wonderful as a grand dame of tennis and a statesman or stateswoman of tennis.
I thought
She
she was going
should
to say
be fabulous.
grandma of tennis.
No, no, no. She should be looking fabulous. She should
Yeah.
be looking fabulous as one of the all-time greats. The only person, well, a few are greater than her, but she's one of the greats for sure.
Mhm.
Her and Serena, they should always show up looking fabulous.
That's true.
Yeah.
Uh,
So okay.
I was gonna say about Gabby, like the whole thing, as I get older, I look at comebacks differently. I notice that a lot of athletes they have this whole they gripes and just kind of internal turmoil that they go through where they're like, oh, what am I gonna do? What's the next chapter in my life? What am
Yes.
I if I'm not a basketball player, a football player, gymnast, a
Right.
tennis player?
Right.
And like you said, I hope that Gabby is doing this for the right reasons. I hope she's doing it
Right.
because if whatever happens, she's okay with it. You know,
Right.
I hope that
Right.
this isn't like, oh my gosh, if I don't do this, this is the end for me. What else?
Right.
What is my identity?
Right.
So I wish her luck, and we'll see what happens. Either way, Gabby, we wish you luck and we hope that you
Very,
find
very
happiness.
much good luck to you, Gabby. Good luck to you and and all your endeavors.
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
All right.
Okay, Ma. We're going to move on to another young lady who is becoming pretty popular right now. She is actually a singer, and that is Tyla. Ma, the young lady. She's actually
Yes.
22. She sings a song "Water." Now, she is from Africa, and she talks
Yes.
all about how proud she is to represent being an African pop star, and how
Yeah.
she, really wanted to just kind of cancel all stereotypes when it comes to Africa, and she just wants people to be more knowledgeable, and she's just really happy and excited at this time. But anyway,
Good.
the writer of an article that she did for, I think it's maybe Variety magazine, they talked about a comment that was made about her. In South Africa, the term colored is commonly used to describe the
Mixed
vast
race.
multiracial community.
Right. Right.
And Tyla ignited a dialogue about a group that the rest of the world has largely overlooked. And she asked Tyla, what does it feel like to be able to carry the flag for your people? Now she says, I'm happy there's a conversation happening and that people are learning that Africa is more than just black and white. Obviously, it gets messy and no one likes that, but I'm just happy people know we exist and have our own culture. When people are like, you're denying your blackness, it's not that at all. I've never said I'm not black. It's just that I grew up as a South African, knowing myself as colored. And they say colored, it's spelled COLOURED. There's a U in there, just to let
Yes,
everybody
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And she says, and now
Well,
that
that's just the British influence. It's
well,
nothing.
well, listen,
Okay.
and she says, and now that I'm exposed to more things, it has made me other things too. I'm also mixed race. I'm also black. I know people like finding a definition for things, but it's and not or. As young people, we have a platform where we can speak about things like this, things that are new and controversial and scary. It's a perfect time for this conversation to happen. What are your thoughts on Tyla? I know I've talked a lot. There was just a lot of controversy about that.
No,
She
no,
finally
nothing.
spoke out.
I didn't read it. I didn't hear it or whatever. I mean, I'm just, interpreting what I'm getting from you. And I don't know. I don't want to say too much because the term colored is still, it means pretty much the same. And there's a whole lot of mixing, and that has nothing to, it's still a racist term. It's a racist term no matter what context it's used in. It really is a racist term, even over there. And she may be used to it because she's used to being referred to in racist terms, so that's just all it is, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Uh, but we know that many people are mixed, but they are the predominant thing. If the predominant thing is black, then it's black. If you're biracial, you're biracial. If you're mixed 50,000 other ways, but the predominant thing is black, then you are considered black by everybody. If that's the predominant thing. Even no matter how you look, you can be biracial black, biracial white, because there's some people who are biracial, but they look white. They look like the white parent, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, you can go all into that, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, over here in this country, we know we don't use that term. We just say mixed, if they look very mixed, or we know them to have two different color parents.
Right.
We don't delve all down into the grandparents and all that because there's so much of that.
Right.
It can get really complicated, and it's the same thing. But the whole concept of the word colored is no different there than it is here, except they just use it, uh, more broadly.
Right.
But it still has the same meaning. It still means the same. It
Well,
doesn't
I
mean it's different.
well, I do like that she came out and said she never said that she wasn't black because there was just
Now, never
misconfusion when
mind,
she
she
said
said that
that.
she wasn't black because people could see that she is black. But did she say that she is black? You sound stupid to say that you're not black when people look right at you and see that you are. It ain't that.
Listen,
It ain't that she's so fair skinned that people won't know that she's black. You could see that she's a black woman. I've seen people with almost blue black skin say they're not black, and I'm saying to them, no, you
you
don't
mean
mean
dark
you're not
skin?
black.
No.
Yes, I mean very dark. You
Okay.
know, I listen and say that they're not black, and I'm like, you don't mean you're not black. You may mean that you're not American, but you are black. You are of that. You may be African Caribbean, Afro Latino. I love that term, Afro Latino. I love that because you're all that. I love that. But you are black. Whatever in it. You don't have to deny the other part, but embrace the blackness. And because that's what it is.
Well, I think
So
that
if I'm starting out saying I never denied I was said I wasn't black, but that's not affirmative enough. That's
well,
like the difference. That's like the difference between tolerance and acceptance. You tolerate certain things. Be more tolerant. How about being more accepting and embracing? You
Well,
understand? That's the difference I'm talking about. That subtle nuance. You
well,
got
can I
me?
just say this, Ma? She is 22. She just turned 22. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the way that, she relates to things and
Yeah.
just kind of the knowledge that she has at 22 is not going to be the same that she has at 32. And I'd
Right.
like that she came out because there were people who were specifically saying that she said that she's not Black. She's all
Okay.
responding to that. So
I
I
got
just
you.
wanted to
Okay. Well, that's why
make
I
that
said
clear.
I like to when you hit me with all these things and I can only answer based on what I'm getting from you.
I got you. It's context. I
Yeah,
got you.
absolutely, absolutely. And so I didn't hear anything, and I do applaud her for bringing up the conversation. I mean, she's not doing a what's that woman's name on the whole stroll or whatever? What's her name?
Amber
What's that?
Rose,
Amber Rose. She's not trying to do an
the
Amber
slut
Rose.
walk.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. So I mean,
Oh,
if you're not doing that, I'm embracing wherever you're coming from. Okay.
yeah, she's not
But
doing that.
this word colored, it doesn't mean much different in any context.
I don't like the word.
It's very much similar, right? It's very much, you know.
Right. Okay. All right. So, let's move on to something a little bit more fun besides that lovely word that we just used. When I say lovely, obviously, I don't
Okay.
like the word. Kendrick Lamar has released Euphoria, a response
Yeah.
record that comes in the wake of Drake's push ups and tailor made freestyle. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about all the lyrics and everything because I'm not a good rapper, but I will say that I thoroughly enjoyed his clapback at
Here's
Drake.
who? Here's Kendrick Lamar's
Ma, I
clapback.
said
Okay.
at Drake.
Okay.
Who
Well,
else could it be? I said at
I know when
Drake.
people going back. Okay, you said and Drake. Okay, I didn't hear the and Drake part when I
I
was
said
saying.
at
Okay,
Drake.
at Drake. Okay,
Right,
okay.
right. So, I know you heard the song Euphoria,
Yes, I did.
and
Yes, I did.
I loved it. There's some people who are going to be biased who are Drizzy fans or whoever whatever name Drake's name is now. I don't know. But thought just like hearing it for the first time, I felt that it hit hard, and I also think that this was a good beat for hip hop. I didn't
Okay.
think it was. What are your thoughts, Ma, on
I
it?
loved it. Well, listen, in the first place, I have to let my bias be known. When Kendrick Lamar, now I had heard him with ever since back with All Right and all this here, listen, when I saw, I already liked All Right. When I saw the video when Kendrick Lamar performed All Right and the guys came out in jeans and like jail garb and chains on and I don't know, the whole performance was just fire, fire. Oh, it was superlative. I loved it. From
Okay.
that point on, Kendrick Lamar could do no wrong for me. I loved him. I already liked him. And when I saw that, I just loved him. And
Okay.
when I saw him spitting his lyrics, that was it. I loved him.
Okay.
Drake, I just thought he was somebody who used to be on doobity doo. What was that? He was on something. He was
Yeah.
on some kind of thing on TV. The boobity boop high school kids, whatever.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it
Ever
now.
since that, I never, get, Drake has had some good beats and music or whatever, but I never considered him any kind of
Degrassi.
the grassy high, whatever. I never considered him any kind of serious, in depth rapper.
Lyricist.
No, I never
They
did.
say he has several ghostwriters. We don't know. That's
Look,
just
I don't even care
in
what he has. I'm just telling
universe.
you how I viewed him
Okay.
as a persona. You got me? And
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar, I know what he is capable of. And it is top shelf, super top shelf. So that's what I have to say.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
to.
I listen. I loved
I've
it.
seen Euphoria a number of times.
Yes, I loved it. I'm sure Drake is going to come back with something. But I think, like I said, this is a good beat for hip hop. This isn't to me like whatever was going on with Chris Brown and Quavo. It just, even though Chris Brown is not a rapper, This to me is just entertaining, and I'm
Absolutely.
enjoying it.
Absolutely. And as long as we keep it there, I'm good.
Speaking of
Okay.
somebody else, my who is entertaining, Mr. Jerry Seinfeld recently turned 70 years old, and he is making,
Whoa. Good for
yeah,
him.
yeah, he's making headlines, in an interview that he did with the New Yorker, and he's talking about the extreme left and PC, politically correct crap, and people worrying so much about offending other people, it's responsible for the death of television comedy, is what he is saying. Now,
Okay.
a lot of people, have their thoughts on it. He used an example. He said, we did an episode of Seinfeld in the 90s where Kramer decided to start a business of having homeless people pull, rickshaws because, as he says, they're outside anyway. Do you think I can get that episode on the air today? We would write a different joke with Kramer and the rickshaws today. We wouldn't do that joke. He'd have to come up with another joke. So I don't
Right.
know what your thoughts on that. As a
Right.
whole, he mentioned, people used to be able to go watch Cheers, MASH, Mary Tyler Moore, uh, All in the Family, and you would expect to find something funny. He doesn't think that's what's on TV right now. What are your thoughts on Jerry Seinfeld
Well,
comments?
like most things, there's some element of truth to that. Now, whereas um, there are cultures where I guess people still use the ricochets. I think people still use them. Don't they call them ricochets or whatever?
Yeah.
They pull them. Human beings pull them, and they're cabbies, right? I don't know if they still do that, but that was definitely. I think they maybe call them pedicabs or
What did
something.
I
They
call them? Is it
have
ricochets? I said rickshaws. I'm sorry.
maybe it is
Ricochets?
rickshaw. I
I
don't know.
don't
Maybe it
know.
is rickshaw, but I know what you mean. The little buggy that people pull.
Probably.
You know, I'm not arguing the point because it probably is rickshaws. Ricochet is something that rebounds off something, so it might not be ricochet. It might be rickshaw, but whatever it is, I can understand that there's an element to it that maybe it seems cruel, but there also, like I said, I don't know if people still do it, but I do know that people did do that as a way to earn money. But if that were to happen today, I think it might cause some controversy because, in the first place, it's a sensitive issue when you're talking about homeless people. There's this whole thing that maybe people are being callous or dispassionate toward homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would, if you would sort of relegate that particular population to doing manual labor where they're actually pulling other human beings around in a cab or something like that, it might not be viewed so well because there's a certain part of it that might be insensitive. There's a certain part of it that you could look at and you could say, why is that the type of employment? I mean, right now, the people who do it, or in the past, the people who did it, I think it was some element of choice involved. But if you're just saying this is what you guys have to do to earn some money, or whatever, I'm not even sure how that would go down now. I think it would. I think it would be some issues surrounding it if it happened today. I don't think it would go down as easily. And on the other hand, some things are more open. You know what I mean? It's going both ways. Some things are more open. Some things people are more open to explore and talk about. And on one hand, people are hypersensitive, and on the other hand, people are totally disrespected, disrespectful,
Mm-hmm.
and just say anything about anybody, So I think it just really there's just a whole mixture,
But he
you know.
also,
And I think he's talking about the left. There's also some extreme stuff on the right,
he right.
you know.
He also said, just to clarify or add context to it, that stand-up people are loving seeing stand-up comedians because they still have the ability to say pretty much, what they want to say. They can be more free and open and outspoken with their comedy than a regular, everyday television sitcom that is
Right,
more regulated.
right,
So,
right. Yeah,
he says that
yeah.
that's why people are coming to see stand-up comedians now because we can speak our voice,
Well, I
and
think
so.
there's some truth in what he says, but
Mhm.
there's also some things that are left out.
Yeah,
Because the right has gone extreme,
they're
very
both
extreme.
extreme. There's
A
extreme
bit
on
right.
the right,
There you
extreme on the
go.
left.
That's absolutely true. I absolutely believe that. So
But you know what else, Monday? Was two things that about Seinfeld. Now, I don't have any issues with Seinfeld as a comedian, as a person, because I, saw an old clip of him where he was with Chris Rock, and what is the? I don't remember the name of the comedian that had all these different issues, but he's a middle-aged white man. Anyway, and he got quote unquote canceled. They all
oh,
felt it was
his show. He was on Seinfeld show.
no, it wasn't a Seinfeld show. No, no,
Okay,
no.
okay.
They mentioned the N word, and I know that Chris Rock was just sitting up there, and he didn't seem to have a problem
Yeah,
with one of the
yeah,
comedians using the N
yes,
word,
right,
and Jerry Seinfeld objected to it and felt very uncomfortable, and I
right.
appreciate that. Now,
I
I
do too. Yeah.
also want Jerry Seinfeld to know, I will not be watching Seinfeld because of Kramer.
Right. There you go. Kramer would be my issue.
Right.
Kramer,
After seeing his stand up,
right.
after seeing Kramer, I forgot what his name is, his stand up, I wouldn't watch the show or want to see it.
Absolutely not. Nor would I. I agree with you 100%. Nor would I. Nor would I. So, okay.
Okay. So my let's move on to some young ladies who had a little disagreement online. And first off, it's Tamar Braxton was on a podcast, and she was quizzed about her thoughts on Cowboy Carter and Black artists and country music overall. And Tamar said, I think that Black country is so necessary. I'm so happy that people with talent who can actually sing country music that are Black people are finally getting the recognition they deserve. I just really appreciate Beyonce for opening the door for all the other Black artists
Oh,
that have rode the wave behind the floodgates.
okay.
Now,
Good for Tamar.
that sounds really good, right? She's
So
continuing, she
far.
goes on. There are a couple of people who should have not been singing country Black music that were awful, and it was concerning for me. I'm not trying to be funny, it just didn't sound good. You've got to make sure, if you're going to step into a new genre of music and represent us, you got to be right. You
Wait,
can't
daughter,
be
are we going to have another toast? We need to
uh
have another toast for this.
yes, yes. And she said you can't be all auto tuned down and flarp. And flarp means flat and sharp at the same time. Now, she never mentioned Kay Michelle. Okay, because Michelle does have some country
Go
music out.
ahead, Tamar. Tamar will bring the shade. Oh, she's going
And
to
Kay
shade.
Michelle did not like it at all. She called Tamar a loud, cackling hyena. And she says that,
Oh, gosh.
she just is tired of Tamar, because I guess they've been going all back and forth, you know.
Oh, so
She
funny.
says, y'all know I won't be saying anything. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's been going on for months now, well, years. She's just very hurt acting out. It has to stop today. I don't speak on her, about her. We just aren't in the same circle. I don't think of her. She continues to bring me up in some way, throw her shade, then play victim. I'm just not going to keep playing with her. Leave me alone or else. I stand on that. You should try it. You're 9 years older than me. You should set an example of some sort. Now, you know what? When she said that Tamar was 9 years older than her, I know that's not true. I know that's
Well,
not
how about that's
and
irrelevant because they're
right.
all adults.
Well, that's
You
what I'm
know,
saying. You know that
right,
why would
right,
K Michelle say that? K Michelle, don't talk about anybody's age, okay? You don't talk
right,
about a woman's age, because that is
now,
not the age that they claim that you are,
right now,
okay?
right, and then you don't really know anybody's true age
We
there,
don't
and
really know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
she's
K,
claiming to be in her early 40s.
K Michelle,
Yes.
but
So
Tamar's not 9 years older than
that's what
her.
I'm saying.
She needs to stop. Wait a minute, hold on. Isn't K Michelle the one who had some undoing of certain
Yes, but
procedures?
yes, yes. Oh,
Okay, I'm glad K Michelle was okay.
I'm glad she's
I'm glad.
okay too.
I'm
And
glad you're
I like
okay,
K
K Michelle.
Michelle. I like
Yes,
K Michelle,
yes.
but what do you,
I'm glad she rethought whatever that botched surgery was that she had.
Mom?
Thank
What are
heaven.
your thoughts on all that? You just what's your thoughts?
Listen. I, look, we already know Tamar is going to say what Tamar wants to say. You can agree with it or not. They asked Tamar a question. I don't know that Tamar called out K Michelle by name.
She did
Or,
not.
well, then that's fine. It really is fine if she called her out by name, as long as she said, "It's my opinion that I don't think K Michelle was at her best vocally when she sang certain country songs," or however she wanted to put it. It's nothing wrong with that, because she didn't just go in and say, "Come on, y'all, I'm going to tell you who I think can sing." Oh, no, no, no. They asked her, and she gave her opinion. She did not say K, but she could have went a little further and said K Michelle, but she just said, do I think every person should have done that? No. Or do I think all the people who actually sang country should have sang country? Well, no. Nothing wrong with that. Now, if K Michelle caught the shade,
Listen, K Michelle, I don't know why
if
she
the
said
shoe
anything.
fits, if the shoe fits, wear it. If the shoe fits, wear it. If Tamar, who will say what she wants to say, we already know that about Tamar, okay? We already know Tamar goes wherever she goes with whatever she feels like going, and she pays the consequences. And she may scream and holler about it, but she pays the consequences, and she talks however she talks. We already know that. You ask her a question, she gives you the answer, and she was kind because she only called out the people who she felt did a good job by name. That's fine. When you give them flowers, you can call them out. But when she was booing on somebody, she didn't say their name. She just said certain other people who was sounding flarp, right?
Yeah.
Should not have done it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Because I'm not responding to that. Even if I thought I sound flawed, I'm not going to own that in public. I don't care how the hell I sound. I'm not responding to that.
I wouldn't have
So
responded to
K
it
Michelle,
either.
K Michelle really let herself get played and manipulated, be caught. And in fact, I don't know that Tamar was talking about her, because she probably ain't the only one. But she could have been talking about it, but she didn't call her out.
She did not.
See, she did not. Well, I think Tamar was fine. We're having an interview, we're talking. I'm not going to sit up there and say, "Well, I got to zip my lip, I can't say anything." I can say, if the shoe fits, wear it, okay? If the shoe fits, wear it. It's
Okay.
just that plain and simple. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, we there because we know how Tamar is. We know how
Yeah.
she is. So that's just how she is. She talks. She talks. And she said what she said, and she did not say anything. I bet you, if what's the name, tried to take her to court for slander, I bet she won't collect. I bet she couldn't collect because she did not call her name out.
Well, and she was just
Did
giving
not
her opinion. She didn't say
and
it doesn't even
not
matter.
and hey, the defense is truth. And hey, can somebody listen? Did she sound sharp? Was she sounding sharp? Was she sounding flat and sharp? Okay, so come on now.
Now, I have not heard K Michelle's country music. All I know is that I know she, said that she was going to venture into country music and a while ago. So I don't know.
But you know a funny thing? But you
Mhm.
want to know a funny thing while we talking and laughing about it? And I will say this: you'd be surprised. Tamar actually has a very lovely voice.
She has a beautiful voice. It's
Yeah,
not a surprise.
I understand that, but I'm saying, people say this and that and everything because her personality is so overpowering. But Tamar actually can sing.
It's a beautiful
You
voice.
know,
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah. So K Michelle can't snap clap back at that. You know what
That's
I
true.
mean? She can't get on the voice.
Right.
You might say something about her personality, but she can sing really well. You
Yeah.
know. So yeah. So okay. All right,
Okay.
daughter.
All
Yeah.
right, Ma. If you
She was not a pocket. She was on the money. Nothing wrong with that. That was fine.
Oh, well, we were actually supposed to transition into out of pocket on the money, but I guess that's
Okay. Well, we already
so
did. So
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
take another little sip.
Okay.
All
So
right. All right. Okay. Charles Barkley. So you know the segment that Charles Barkley and Shaq and Kenny and them they do
yeah, this
on
sports
TNT.
show they have. Yeah.
Yes, but every time a somebody loses in the playoffs, they have this thing called go on fishing. Normally, they're going fishing to, Cancun, to Mexico.
Okay.
Now, Charles Barkley
They
said,
mean really going fishing? They really go?
no, it means that they're out.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Going home.
Okay.
They're going away for the summer.
Okay.
So Charles Barkley said, referring to the Pelicans, they didn't even try, man. We're not giving them no plane ticket to the beach. Send their ass to Galveston, Texas, right where they got dirty water washed up on the beach. They can't even get in no water. Now, the people from Galveston, Texas were not happy about that, as Charles Barkley used to play for the Houston Rockets, which was not far from Galveston. People were very mad. Now, was Charles Barkley out of pocket or on the money with that
Out
comment?
of pocket. Out of pocket.
Okay.
You don't dog no hole of the town. You can see some eyesores everywhere,
Right.
and you can see some beauty everywhere. You got me? So
Yeah.
he had no right to say that that's offensive to Texas and offensive to Americans. And when you talking about they usually go to Cancun, and you gonna send them somewhere in the US, that's so terrible or this or that. And which we know there's beautiful beaches and everything right in the US. Beautiful places to fish and everything else. So no, no, he was out of pocket. No, and I'm sorry, Charles. I'm not going with you with that one. No,
Yeah.
no,
You didn't need to call
not
out Galveston.
no,
Even if you
not at
don't like
all.
Galveston, say, oh, Miami,
Maybe,
go some why
or
you do that?
or maybe that. No, you know what? He shouldn't have been calling out nothing negative because that's not right.
Well, yeah, that
You know,
didn't even make any sense.
yeah,
Miami's
right.
beautiful. That was my point, was
That,
Miami's beautiful.
you
But
know, now I know what you're saying. He shouldn't have been calling out nothing negative. He just should have said, "Well, we're not going to send them to wherever. We're not going to reward them with a beautiful vacation." That's
tell them
all.
they walk home or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. He didn't have no business calling out nothing. No, if you want to say something good, say it. But when you calling out things specifically and seriously in a negative way like that, guess what? Not funny. Not
No,
funny.
no.
Because you are offending the people there. You are offending the residents there. You
Remember
know.
what he did to San Antonio? He made fun of the women in San Antonio some many years back, and he was saying how unattractive they are, and he couldn't find any attractive women there and how bad they look. And then Tim Duncan's girlfriend, I don't know if it's his wife now, but she was in the audience and she was like waving and everything, and she's very cute.
Yeah, yeah.
And he felt a little bad then, but he offended all of the women in San Antonio and he had to
Right.
apologize. So
Yeah. Well, he's known not to be the most circumspect person. Okay.
yeah.
So much on Charles Barkley.
I'm definitely
Everyone.
50-50 with Charles
Yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
60
He's
against
he's
and
all, he's all
44.
over the place. Guess what? You know what, Charles? You was out of pocket with that one. And I ain't trying to say nothing, but you know what? Maybe the women you saw, the ones that would talk to you, maybe they weren't that attractive. Okay? Maybe they figured they was be on par with your looks. Okay?
Right.
Maybe that's what happened.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's move on to another out of pocket or on the
And
money.
we won't
So,
even talk about his body. Tuh.
well,
which
all right.
which has never been good. Okay.
Well, so Drew Barrymore, I don't know if you ever had a chance to watch the Drew Barrymore show. Have you ever watched it or?
No, I know she has a show, but I have not been watching it.
Okay.
I have never seen it. Okay.
Okay. No worries. I never saw a full episode. I saw clips, but anyway, she had Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, on an
Oh,
episode,
okay. Good
and
for her.
the two were discussing Kamala's family, her stepchildren, and how they lovingly refer to her as Mamala. So Drew
Yeah.
Barrymore then said something that a lot of people felt a little awkward. Further into the discussion, she circled back to the nickname to remark that maybe it's the whole US that also needs a Mamala in the VP.
Well, what was
Now,
wrong with that?
I keep thinking in my head that we all need a mom. I've been thinking that we all need a tremendous hug in the world right now. But in our
Okay.
country, we need you to be mamala of the country. Was that what she needed to say to the vice president? It was seemed a little cringy the way I interpreted it.
I'm not sure. See, I guess if you start putting racial stuff into it, it gets funny. I guess there's some. I guess there's some. When it starts to get racialized, it gets. And I think that must be where it's going. Well, or women or gender
Right, or
or
gender.
gender. Yeah. Well, it kind of it's kind of the same issues. Marginalized and putting her in a certain uh, pocket. You go over here and this is how you behave and this is what we're expecting from you. And, it's these feminine qualities or whatever, never mind a leader of the country, but, mama, So, I mean, I got it. I mean, I understand it. I'm going to give her a pass on that one. I think she just didn't know what the hell to say to the vice president of the United
So you're
States.
going to say that she's well, you can't say on the money or out of pocket for that. Is that what you going you just giving her a pass?
I don't think she was exactly on the money.
Mm.
We don't have an intermediate place that we can
Not for
fall.
this one, but you can say you're going to give
Okay,
her a pass.
I'm ambivalent. I would just pretty much give her a pass on that one because I think she just didn't know what the hell to say to the vice president of the United States. And don't forget, Kamala is the first female vice president we've had. And this is Drew. I know she's been in show business a long time, but this is a bit different. And I think she just didn't know what the hell to say.
Listen, I think that Drew, like you said, probably didn't know what to say. I don't think that Drew's a bad person. I think she
I don't either.
felt awkward herself, and that she probably just kind of said the wrong thing. We all say things, we all have the slip of the tongue, and it was like
Oh yeah.
it was an
But
awkward exchange.
yeah,
But
but you know what? But how about also listen? Well, I didn't see the exchange. I'm just going by, whatever. And also, here's the other thing, Peju. The other thing is that the vice president introduced that. I mean, it's not that Drew sat up there and said, "I think you need to be a mamala," or anything, maternal or paternal. She didn't come up with it. She just repeated something that the vice president introduced.
mhm.
And I think she was showing a level of naivete and also a level of warmth at the same time. But she was maybe a little naive to think that she could be that familiar and warm toward the vice president. You
Yeah.
know, so yeah,
It was awkward, and it was
I
not
got
right.
it.
But I don't have any
No,
beef with Drew Barrymore, so I'm kind of
yeah,
like you on that. I don't know. It was out of pocket mostly, but it also was like she didn't mean anything by it.
yeah.
She thought
Intention,
she
the
was doing it.
intention, the ill intention was not there.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
finally, I know you saw this clip that's been floating online with Mayor Eric Adams, who is going to be the next guest on Drink Champs. And they had a little preview, and he was discussing Rikers Island, political corruption, affordable housing, and more. But a lot of people were not happy with Mayor Eric Adams, going on the show. They felt like, what is his end game? There's so many ways to access celebrity. How does this serve New York City? And they also felt that he has a bad cop mentality. Some of them said all types of things. I'm not going to repeat it on air
Right.
because I don't necessarily feel that way and don't want to put that out in the universe. But
Right.
what are your thoughts? Do you think
I
that
thought
this was the appropriate avenue platform for him to go on as the mayor?
yes, yes,
Drink
absolutely.
champs.
Yes, drink champs. Yes, absolutely. I thought it was wonderful. And let me tell you why I thought it was wonderful. Because when you say, was this the appropriate platform? I think he should go on almost any platform. I said almost. All right, all right. I don't want to hear guys. I said almost. Okay. It's
Okay.
not like he's going to a KKK rally. Okay. I think it's wonderful that he was open enough and accessible enough to the people to say, so is drink champs. I know how much I should drink. I got a driver. I ain't driving. I'm going here and talk. I loved it. I know some people feel this way about me and that way about me. I want to open it up. Let me tell you, if you're willing to talk, that's worth its weight in gold. Being willing to talk is so important. If people don't understand being willing to talk, if people don't understand how important that is to our quality of life and our existence, being willing to talk, not I hate Eric Adams. Oh, he's no good. Oh, drop dead, go to hell. Don't come on my show or whatever. Oh, I don't think the mayor should be on there. He's the mayor of the people. He's the mayor of the people. He's the mayor of the 5 boroughs. Okay, he's the mayor of millions of people. Why should he not go? This is a huge segment of the population. He should go. He don't have to be, listen, he could get drunk because guess what? He don't need to get too drunk, but he can get a little high and have a couple drinks. He's not driving, and he ain't gonna lose his mind. How many drinks you think he have over at the dinner party, at the fundraisers? How many drinks you think he have over there? How many drinks you think he have? I don't know if he stays in Gracie Mansion or not, but wherever the hell he lives, how many drinks you think this man have for all what affairs you think he go to when they're not serving drinks? Where you think he go where he don't have drinks? Nowhere. So he's sitting down talking to the fellas. You'll talk. I'll answer the question. I think he was bold and courageous. Some people not going to agree with him. I don't care what he says. I don't care how
Okay.
much I like him or don't like him. I don't care what he says or what he doesn't say. Some people going to like him. Some people are not. That's politics. That's life.
Okay.
Okay?
I can see
I
that.
loved it that he went. What you mean the man is supposed to go? What are you saying? What you mean the man is supposed to go? Who's unworthy of going? Are we unworthy of meeting with him, sitting down, talking to him? Is our show not worthy? Is he not the mayor of us?
Ma,
Who's unworthy?
let me ask you a question since you're going there. Do you
I
think
know.
that a mayor in Texas would ever go on a show like that?
You say a mayor in Texas. Let me tell you something. I don't think any that are up there right now may go, but I think if we get a different mayor, they'll go. It depends on the mayor. What do you think? Ain't no ultra right MAGA mayor going. Who's
No,
going
I'm
that?
not sitting here saying, I'm not trying to say, oh, that Texas is above this or above that. I just said that to be that open, to be that
No,
vulnerable.
no, I don't
No.
think so, and that's one of the problems. And I view that as a problem. That he went, I thought was wonderful. It
Is he
made
going
me
to
think
drink? Do you think so you're okay
that
with him drinking?
he can have. He should stop at 2. He can have 2 drinks. After
Those
2,
people have 10 drinks.
no, but they don't dictate to you how many you have. They
No, I
offer
know.
you to
I
drink.
know. I
You
know.
drink how much you want. Look, this is a grown man. This is a grown ass man. He know how much liquor he can handle.
He's not that
And
grown. He's only in his, what, 60s?
I don't know what he's in, but he's a
I
grown
don't
ass man. He know how to handle his handle. Just go ahead on there. And they're not gonna, he don't have to smoke weed with him or whatever. And
Who
whichever
said
sort
they were
of
smoking weed?
I
And it's
don't
legal in New York.
listen. I said he don't have to if he doesn't want to. That's on him.
What if he
All
wanted to take an edible?
That's whatever the rules are. As long as he's not breaking the law, that's up to him. He's not driving. That's the part that's the main thing. He's not driving, and don't overdo it. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Okay? He can't go there getting blasted. He can't go there just getting totally damn faded. Okay? Because then he doesn't even know what he's talking about. But for him to go have a couple of cocktails is fine.
Oh, cocktails.
Or whatever he
They're gonna
has
have cocktails
in moderation. Right.
They're not gonna have shots and sip out the bottle.
Okay, shots 2 is fine. Once he get over that, you start going into overload. He knows what his limit is. Okay, that man is a seasoned middle-aged, man, and he late middle age, and he knows his limit. He knows how much he has and when to stop. He's been drinking professionally for years because he's a politician, and they have alcohol everywhere. So he knows what he's doing.
Professionally.
That's right. That is correct. So he knows what he's doing. I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was wonderful. All about communication.
Listen, Ma.
It's not about turning your nose up into the mayor shouldn't go there. Yes, the mayor should go there.
Listen, I like that you have this point of view. I wasn't expecting it. I like that you have it.
You weren't expecting it?
No, because I know how prudish you could be. I'm joking. That was a joke. That was a joke. No. Okay. No, I'm glad that you have. I am glad that you have that point of view. I don't know. See, here's my thing. I don't know how I feel about him, so that is why I'm looking at him sideways.
I'm not even looking at him about how I feel about him. I'm looking at him as mayor of the people. I'm
not looking. No. I'm not looking at him as the mayor of the people because he's done some stuff that wasn't for the people.
But everybody understands that. That's all the more reason he need to be there. That's all the more reason it was good on him.
Don't be phony. I'm getting like
you don't know if he was phony or not.
No, I'm not. Listen, I don't know. I personally don't have a problem with him going on there. I was shocked that he went on there, but I don't have a problem with him going on there. So to me, it's closer to on the money if this is the real you. Okay.
All right. But listen. Like Kendrick Lamar said, don't tell no lies on me, and I won't tell no truths on you.
Okay.
I
like that, Ma. All right. So let's move on to the final segment of the day before we do 3 things that made you smile. So, Ma, we know that Amanda Seales was the talk of the town. She made quite an impression on Club Shay Shay. So, all the different comments, negative, positive, whatever, it didn't faze Shannon Sharpe. So on his show with Chad Ochocinco, he had Gilbert Arenas. Now, I don't know if you know who Gilbert Arenas is. He's a former NBA player. He was a good player for a minute, but Gilbert Arenas, just for context, he has a history of coming out of his mouth saying things that are inappropriate, in particular regarding women, their age, their look, all things inappropriate.
Yes.
So he commented.
Okay.
He commented on Amanda Seales now not being married. He said, as educated as she is, there's a standard of a man that she's looking for. If they're not on the same education level as her, she's going to look down on him. If they're more educated than her, then they're talking down to her. So these are the type of women that will typically be single because they can't find the equal partner to who they are. Now, I will say, I don't necessarily think this is 100%, but I was surprised he said this because this isn't crazy logic. Normally, this man has crazy logic. I will also preface this by saying, I don't think Amanda Seales asked or was looking to say, oh, I want a man. Can you find me a man? Why am I single? I think she mentioned that she was single, but I don't think that there was anything that she made it seem like it's a problem that I'm single.
And I also, and I understand what you're saying about this guy Gilbert. I understand what you're saying about him. However, I don't think that he necessarily knows what her preference is in men,
Right.
because there's all kinds of ways of negotiating and assessing value in relationships. You know, whereas I may be more this, you may be more that. I may have more one thing, you may have more of another thing, and we balance it out.
Hmm.
Okay, we don't have to be equally yoked in every area, but we balance it out. We give and take, balance and counterbalance, So I don't know that he knows. I mean, he's just saying generally what he thinks, which was not, like you said, not just completely ignorant, but when it comes down to the individual, he doesn't know how she negotiates and assigns value to men.
And let me follow that up. Amanda Seals, of course, responded, "Why is Gilbert Arenas even talking about me? I'm too smart to find a good man. That's not even a good thing. That's an uncomfortable statement to make. I don't even know what that's trying to say about men. And the truth is, I'm not trying to find a good man. A good man will find me. I'm talking to somebody right now."
Okay,
So
so
I
that's
actually like that she said that.
yeah.
I was okay with that.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because you don't know, as I always say, you don't know what a person dreams about. You don't know what's in her. You don't know what kind of man she's looking for. You have some general things that maybe you think, but you don't know what she's looking for. Period.
Okay. All right. So my to end this, we're going to talk about an article that was written in the Atlanta Black Star. Where are the best places for a Black woman to find a man? Now, guys, this is if you want to find a man, if that's what you are interested in, if you want to get married, you want to settle down. Marriage isn't for everyone. Nobody's trying to superimpose that on you, but that is for people who want to get married. In particular, this is Black women. Let me just preface that. So, Ma, here are the best places according to Atlanta Black Star. You can
Okay.
tell me if you have a few that you think. Now, this means they're the places where there's more single men than married women.
Okay.
If you have any states you want to throw out for me before I tell you the best
No,
places.
I don't have any states. No. Oh, you talking about what states?
States, yes.
Oh no, I thought you meant physical places, like venues or whatever. Uh no, I don't other than maybe like Alaska, you know.
Alaska is number one.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I don't know. After Alaska, I'm not really sure.
That was
Okay.
good, Ma. That was real good. That is the number one.
Yeah.
Number two, you're not going to believe this because we just finished a reality show where clearly that wasn't the case. Colorado, number
Colorado.
two.
Yeah.
A place
Is
where
it black? You say black men or
they
just
didn't
men?
say Black men, they said men.
Okay, just
Now they're
men.
saying Black women. So this is also
Okay.
under like the I don't want to say conclusion or under the assumption that Black women are willing to date outside of their race.
Right, right. Okay, okay.
Okay.
All right.
My guess where number three. Okay, no, you're not gonna guess what number three is. Number three, a place where I was told maybe I should go to many, many years ago before I got married.
Before you got married the second time or the
Yes,
first time?
the
Because
second time. No, the first time I was a child. Okay.
that's what I'm talking about.
Uh
You
my
shouldn't have been going nowhere.
my North Dakota.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay,
Okay. No, number four, Wyoming.
okay,
Number five, South Dakota. Who
okay.
wants to go to those places? Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Right.
I'm sure those places are very nice. Those are very nice. I've been to Colorado, and Colorado
Mm.
was cool, but
Those are places I don't know. I don't even know too many black people that even visit those
I think
places.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. So here are
Oh, those places are cold.
here's some places where you shouldn't go to, and there's way um more what is it, married men than women. Okay. Alabama.
Way more married men. So stay away from these places.
Stay away from these places.
Alabama.
DC.
Stay away from them anyway. Okay.
DC.
Mm-hmm.
Puerto Rico. And Delaware.
Delaware? I would never even give a thought to Delaware because Delaware is so small.
I know. And my finally, here are places where they're men, but these places are supposedly the most unfaithful men in the country. Now, they're very specific with the towns. They didn't go the cities. They didn't go the states.
I'm gonna name one.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Atlanta is number one.
Yep.
And Atlanta is also DL. That people are still doing DL now.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay. I'm counting every which way, every which sexual way.
We have Los Angeles. We have New York City.
And New York. I was going to put at number 2. Okay.
We have Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And rounding it out, we have Houston.
Okay. Now I'm not surprised at any of them. I'm in agreement with all of those.
So ladies, if you're trying to find a man and if you're interested in getting married, and that is up to you, nobody is putting that on you because some marriages are great and some are sucky. Okay.
So start thinking of the
colder states.
Yes. The Wyomings and the Dakotas. And
Alaska.
Yep. Yeah. And then Alaska, which I probably would only go visit. Oh gosh. But then again, I'm sure Alaska is beautiful, and I shouldn't say that. Actually, I'm a little bit intrigued by Alaska. And
I'm intrigued, but yeah.
Well, let's just see. You know what I mean? Because what we see on TV and everything is cold. They don't really show much that would make you want to go to Alaska. And when I saw that last season on True Detective, I was like, oh my God. Please.
I'm sure there's beautiful places in
absolutely, but it just has such a bleak depiction and everything.
Yeah,
they make it like it's dark all the time and it's cold and you're indoors and oh my goodness. And I know that it isn't that way. I know that there's some very beautiful things. In fact, you know what? That might be one of my next trips. Let's see how things go.
Okay, Ma. I need you to tell me 3 things that made you smile.
The sun, the stars, the moon. The sun, the stars, the moon. Every day, any day I can see the sun, the stars, or the moon. Any among those 3 is a beautiful day.
Okay, I'm going to go with the NBA playoffs, which I love. I'm going to go with number 2. Blue Ivy Carter will be playing her mom's daughter in Donald Glover in the Mufasa, The Lion King, which is a prequel to The Lion King.
That's right.
And
congratulations to Blue.
Congratulations. Okay. And then finally, Mary J. Blige, Strength of a Woman Festival and Summit is launching a $100,000 fund to support women within her hometown of Yonkers. So I think that's great.
Oh, wonderful. All right, Mary. All right, Mary J. Wonderful.
All right, Ma, is there anything that you want to say before we go?
I want to say, everybody, stay woke, stay safe, and just be aware of your surroundings and take care. I'm not even going to say go vote because I always say go vote, and I'm never going to back away from that. Just be aware of everything going on. Watch your news sources and stay woke, stay educated. Okay.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. As always, continue to follow us on all of our social media platforms, whether it's X, Twitter, Thread. Well, I guess, sorry, X is Twitter. My bad. Facebook, Instagram, all YouTube, all things Phase U, home of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour. Also, guys, send us your emails at info@bamboshehappyhour.com. We really appreciate you guys. Continue to support us, and we'll continue to make better content and entertain you guys. Thank you so much. We'll be talking to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.